I am Tyreek Jackson. I'm here with Eric from Effects Apps, and we are backstage at the Bronner Brothers Convention 70th year anniversary 2017. And next Monday, we are going to be live on the ScissorSalute Show.
ScissorSalute Show next week. We're going to be talking about app development. Tyreek Jackson will be talking about how he's implemented his app to really build his brand and build his business. You won't want to miss. There's going to be so much information. Get your pen and your pad, record it, watch the archive. All of that is going to be great.
Look, we're here live 2017 at the 70th year anniversary for Bronner Brothers. Check us out on the ScissorSalute Show next week. ScissorSalute Show, baby.
Exactly. Live on Facebook, so check us out.
No problem. I shall transform your hair, create a masterpiece. I am an artiste with a pair of scissors.
My new cuts got him talking at the barbershop.
Fresh from the barbershop, flopping the beauty salons.
My new cuts got him talking at the barbershop.
I got a show where you can listen and view.
My new cuts got him talking at the
Bringing
barbershop.
barbers and stylists together with the scissor salute.
My new cuts got him talking at the barbershop.
One cut, two cut, three cut, four. Nails done, hair done, everything did. Nails done, hair done, everything did. Oh, you fancy. Spending hours in salons on your hairstyle.
For the Lord protects his barbers and he makes the stubble grow.
Scissor! Salute! Salute!
Welcome to the ScissorSalute Show. I'm your host, Eli the Barber. My co-host for the night,
I'm Nikki Slays.
Nikki Slays.
What's
She's
up?
also going to be showcasing. New Eurekan Queen is the co-producer and co-owner of the ScissorSalute, and the show is produced by the owner, Seth Rowe. We are broadcasting out of Massapequa, Long Island, New York, via StrongIsland.tv, and LA's on the boards. So let's get into the meaning of the ScissorSalute, which is a gesture, compliment, greeting, lifestyle, and brand dedicated to bringing barbers, hairstylists, and makeup artists together worldwide. And we use the ScissorSalute Show as an outlet to actually make that happen. Every Monday night from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time, we give the opportunity for these visual artists to come down here and showcase their skills on the ScissorSalute stage, while also conducting interviews with them so you can find out how they got started, where they currently are, where they plan to be going on their hair journey. So if you're looking to showcase with us, advertise or book us for your next event, you can email us at scissorsalute@yahoo.com, and we'll get back to you in order that the emails are received. And let's salute to Tariq. They just came up in here. ScissorSalute. We're looking forward to the Barberly Love event that's going to be coming up this Sunday. So, again, if you want to showcase with us, email us at scissorsalute@yahoo.com. If you're watching the program right now, underneath my finger, there's the share button. Please share as much as you can, and while you press that share button, after you share it on your timeline, press the share button. It gives you the option to invite people. So us in the hair industry, some of us have been doing it for a while, and it's not that we lose the passion. It's that sometimes it just becomes routine. So someone might not know that this ScissorSalute Show is there. Like, there's an outlet for them to come down here and showcase. So invite them and let them know that the ScissorSalute is there. While you have downtime at the shop or your salon, take a ScissorSalute selfie. Use the hashtag ScissorSalute Selfie and at New Eurekan Queen, which is NEWYORICAN_QUEEN. Please follow us on Instagram at ScissorSalute Show and on Facebook as well. So let's go over a recap of last week's show. We had the owner of the Fade Master Barbershop located in Charlotte, North Carolina, Kelvin L. Rosado, known as Kel Scissorhands. It was great to see him in the studio. Actually, met him first in Puerto Rico at the IBS over there in Puerto Rico, the beauty show. And it's just crazy when you see someone on Instagram, you take a ride out to Puerto Rico and you meet him for the first time instead of meeting him in the States. He originally started in Puerto Rico, came out here. He was a Marine, and he opened up a shop, and now he's an educator. He's sponsored with Rolda. So if you look for some good products, you can check out Rolda USA on Instagram. Are you going to put that picture up, Kels? You got pictures of Kels? Yes, no? Okay. And we also had owners of 2 salons, one in Melbourne, Australia, and the other in Huntington Station. Her name is Nadine Donovan. Her Instagram is Personalized Hair Design. She did 2 different hairstyles on Nicole DiGilio and I believe Jennifer, what's her name? Jessica. And it was great to see hair artistry by Nicole DeGilio. She came down here as a model, but she's also an award-winning hairstylist as well. In the call-ins, we had from Sporty Cuts Barbershop in Greensville, South Carolina, Keon Washington, who is a member of the Goonies Official, and he's also an educator. And we were going over Anti-Dot. Anti-Dot is a prevention that we actually use it in the shop. Chauncey, what do you think of the Anti-Dot?
I liked it.
You liked it?
It's, yeah, everything she said it was.
Yeah, so I gave it to a couple of the barbers in the shop. They used it, they liked it, and it's to prevent irritations, because you have some customers that come in and
Sensitive skin.
very sensitive skin. So
Definitely works for that.
That's the time that you need 2 liners, because you might have a sharp set of liners and you have one that's not so sharp.
Gotta go to the baby liners. For
Yep. And then if you got that razor sticking out of the razor blade, which a lot of people have, it's you're gonna leave them irritated. And the in-studio guests, we had Alan Lipton from Mr. Beauty Equipment located in Freeport, New York. His Instagram is at mr.beauty.equipment. We'd also like to salute his nephew Dylan and check them out for barber and beauty spa equipment needs. Now, here's the difference when you call up Mr. B. It's good to get that hookup with your boy that's an electrician, but he never did a shop. So sometimes you get what you pay for. We in our industry is always saying you get what you pay for with haircuts. Cheap haircuts are no good, and good haircuts are not cheap. We come up with this motto, and then when we want to open up a shop, we shortcut ourselves and try to take shortcuts and, don't want to pay the money. We're taking the shortest route. But if you go with Mr. B's, believe me, you will be more than happy. We have a salon located right next to Jedi Barbershop. They use Mr. B's, and they're more than happy. Oh, there goes Kels. He was the first artist right there. And here's the thing about Kels. He came here dressed like a civilian, and then he changed into this right here, like he was about to go to the Grammys. And look at the holster on him.
Looking
He's
like
ready to
Pip
go
right
right there. And then we like to salute our in-studio guests last week. We had Ivan come down with his mother to support Kel Scissorhands. Now, they came from New Jersey. Now, and there goes Nadine Donovan. To the left, there's hair artistry by Nicole DeGilio and Jessica, who just came here as an in-studio guest, but ended up being a model for the night. And Nadine Donovan did a great job. There goes Keon Washington. He's a barber. And he's from South Carolina. He's also a member of the Goonies. There goes Alan from Mr. B's. If you have a chance to check out him, Mr. B's Beauty Equipment in Freeport, you will not be upset. It's like a museum in there. There goes the in-studio guest. And there goes Dylan, his nephew. And look at all of us. That's such a great picture. That's why I came with the tie, because Kels came in here all dressed up last week.
He can't outdo you.
Yeah. I'm still wearing my
Can't allow
Timberlands,
that.
if you're wondering. I'm still wearing Timberlands. I have the cinnamon Tims on, if you're really wondering. And then we had Samantha and Jessica, who actually came to be, like Jessica we mentioned was Nadine's model, and Samantha was an in-studio guest. She's a hairstylist, and we hope to have her come back here on the show to showcase. And who do we have this week, Nikki?
All right.
Oh, look at that. Oh.
On stage right now, he's getting set up, starting his haircut. It's Luis Orlando Melendez. You can catch him on Instagram at mr.low_cuts. It's mr.lo_cutz. And he's coming from Waterbury, Connecticut at Top Notch Barbershop.
Top Notch barbers up in here?
Yeah.
Make some noise, Top Notch. Make some noise.
They got a few.
You guys done took the ride, so I know it's a long ride, but you got to make a little bit of noise. Y'all took that ride from Connecticut. Top Notch is here. They're bearded out. They're living the bearded ways.
All right, and I'm Nikki Slays. I'm coming from Point Pleasant, New Jersey. I'm here with my coworker, Tony Styles, with a Z. And you can catch him on Instagram as well, but I'm coming from Bridge Avenue Barbershop and Richmond Avenue Barbershop in Point Beach and Point Borough.
So this is interesting right here. She actually works at 2 barbershops.
Yes, sir.
Same owner, though.
Same owners, 2 females, Chelsea the Barber and Ginger Snips.
And that's Bridge Avenue and Richmond Avenue.
Yes, sir.
Very easy to find. Schools are usually named after roads, not barbershops, though. Mm-hmm. So that's pretty interesting.
All right, then we got an in-studio interview from Philly, Pennsylvania. He's talking about app development for barbershops and hair salons. It's Eric Ramos. You could get at him on Instagram at EFEXXAPPS. And then we have from Premier Barber Institute and Sharper Image barbershops, Tyreek Jackson. Then you can find him on Instagram at I am Tyreek Jackson. It's IAMTYRIKJACKSON.
Well, that's good that you spelled it out, but it's good that there's no underscores with that
Absolutely.
complex name right there. So we'll get a little bit into that because I'm pretty sure, I have a feeling he has something to say about that. He's shaking, he's nodding his head. So once again, you're watching the ScissorSalute Show. I'm going to ask you to go underneath my figure and press the share button. And right now, this is the cut cam where we give the opportunity for the barbers to get a little bit of spotlight on the cut cam. You can see what they're actually doing. It's not like a tutorial. We do give that option to do tutorials, but today he's just going to be showcasing on the show. And me and Nikki, we're going to be talking. And Chauncey's here as well.
ScissorSalute.
So let's get into the gentleman that you brought with you, Nikki.
Mr. Tony Styles.
Mr. Tony Styles. Let's ask you a couple questions there, Tony. Make sure you talk right into that mic.
Okay.
So, Tony, you've been doing hair for how long?
About 3 years now.
3 years. Wow. Just getting into it.
Yep.
How did you get started? What made you get into it? Me?
My grandfather was a barber, so I grew up like watching him in the barber shop, and in high school I was gonna go do it in cosmetology, but how that didn't work out. So I was doing HVAC for a little bit, and then I said I really want to do what I really want to do. So I went in and I signed up at Capri in Bricktown Cosmetology School.
All right, there it goes. Actually, I got a couple of friends that do the HVAC, so that was breaking your back, that HVAC, right?
Yep.
I know it was. All hot and then all cold. And
How do they do it in Jersey? You got to go to cosmetology school, right? There's no barber schools over there.
Well,
or
there's a couple.
changed that
There
yet?
is. They just came out with
Now there's a
barbering
couple.
programs, but when
That's
we
recent,
started,
right?
it was cosmetology, 1,200 hours, and
Okay, and that was as recent as, what, 3 years ago?
for the barbering, it was like a year ago, I think, right?
Like
Okay.
2 years ago, roughly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's then, and now this is now. This is the impact that we're seeing with social media because there's just so much people that are trying to get into the business right now, which is good. It's going to keep the older folk on their toes, and the new blood is coming in here with some heat. You guys only been doing it 2-3 years. We know we got we got two barbers out of Florida. They're 19 years old. The dude owns his shop. He's cutting a lot of celebrities. It's $50 an appointment. $100 for house calls. And he's cutting a lot of these hip hop celebrities, a lot of athletes.
19?
19. I got that gentleman's handle a little bit later.
All right.
And it's just great to see, man. It all depends exactly what you're doing, how you're marketing yourself, the way you're carrying yourself in your establishment, the way that everyone else is carrying themselves in the establishment, because they're going to represent you in the long run. Think about it. You have one of your heavy hitters coming up, and you can't get to them. Are you able to pass that heavy hitter to the next barber, knowing that he's going to represent basically your cut in your establishment the right way? Or is that person going to get in a chair and just be like, oh, terrible?
Mm-hmm.
So that's one big thing. Another big thing that I've seen on Instagram today. Here's an Instagram story, and I have to bring it up because it seems to be on everybody's mind. The enhanced haircuts and editing that is being done, which again, to each his own. But Rude Boy, my fellow maestro brother, got on there and let everybody have it. Did you see what he posted today? And I know it's going to get reposted, and people are going to actually think it was his work.
No.
He took a haircut and he did like an over-exaggerated filter on it and posted it up.
For what purpose?
For
To
the
just
purpose,
attack them?
the purpose is to show that a lot of people are using enhancements, digital enhancements and whatnot. Not even the color enhancements.
Yeah, there's a lot more of that. You see a lot of editing. Some of that stuff slips by. You know, with the Photoshop and all that stuff.
Photoshop.
Gotta have the eye for that one.
Well, I know my brother has the brand ScissorSalute to I Am Brolic Life on Instagram. He has a brand, Brolic Life, for fitness purposes, and they also have apparel. But I notice even in the fit world, with the physique competitors and whatnot, they say Photoshopping as well and filters. You see the hashtag no filter. So it's done, I guess, in a lot of tattoo artists. They'll tattoo it. They'll put a post up and say no filter as well.
Yeah.
So I guess it's done in all different type of art forms, except for photography, where you're going to be, that's actually a skill.
Yeah.
And if you notice right now, he is using the cordless clippers. If you're a hairstylist watching the show right now, wondering why he has gloves on, and saying, again, another barber with gloves. He has the gloves on, number one, for sanitary reasons. Number two, so he doesn't get hair splinters. Because we're cutting hair, it's like cutting the dust off of hair when it comes to fading. And what happens is the hair is on your hand. You don't even know you got a hair splinter until you put your hands in your pocket. And God forbid that little tiny hair gets underneath your nails, because that travels all the way up to your elbow.
It's hard.
The one that goes underneath your nail goes to the elbow.
Oh, yeah.
And he's using the cordless buzzers. I feel the reason is because just the freedom that you have now. Now you don't have to worry about holding the cord in one hand and moving the cord out the way. And again, I wear Timberlands, and them cords fit perfectly underneath my Timberlands. And I trip myself. So now he has the freedom to move around as he's using the magic clips. Those are Walls magic clips. He's actually fading with the guards. And there's barbers out there who fade with clipper over comb, scissor over comb. I fade with guards. A lot of barbers fade with guards. The haircut that he's doing looks like a low fade drop in the back, and he's going to have a drop in the front when he finishes up with the edge up. Basically, he's going to show you on the edge up part how you can have the hair stand out without using color enhancement, using fading techniques to make the edge up of the hair stand out. The cape that he's using is the King Midas cape. Salute to Barbers of Hip Hop. You want that cape, go to Barbers of Hip Hop on Instagram, and make sure you get the real cape. I have to say that, Chauncey. I have to.
A lot of frauds out there.
A lot of frauds. A lot of people are getting the King Minus. They're getting the King Minus. Now the King Minus actually has an apron, too.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, they got everything.
I say that because us as barbers, we and there's nothing wrong with it. We want to raise our prices. We should get as much as we can that's available to the opportunity. If you could get it. If you're able to get that money, get the money. But we can't be saying again, hey, I'm going to raise the prices because my service is that good. I don't want 20. I want 30. Right? Because your service is that good.
Yeah.
So why, when you go to purchase something that is barber made, you're going to get the minus instead of the Midas?
Some people don't know.
They
don't know.
I look at it as, I constantly say it on the show. People watching the show like, here we go again. This guy always says this stuff. Say something different. No, I'm not going to say something different.
There's new people watching.
New people watching right now. And we're talking about support. These gentlemen right here took the ride. They got brands of barbering on their hats right now. They got the razors on there. Where's the straight edge razor on your hat? Where's that from? ¿Qué clase de gorra tiene puesto? City Barbers? There you go. And he has like he got the bend on the brim too. No? Mm-hmm. Oh, it's a straight hat. All right, so that's just that right there. And, it's good to see barbers supporting the industry. And if you want to support us right now here at the ScissorSalute Show, I suggest you press the share button. And if you're looking to showcase on the ScissorSalute Show, you can email us at scissorsalute@yahoo.com. And we'll get back to you in the order that the email is received. Chauncey, you're back.
I'm back.
He's back right there.
Good to see you here, brother. And
Tony, you think you'd actually be able to come back here and showcase?
Absolutely, I would love to.
And what are some of the haircuts that you love to do? Like some of the barbers, we all well-rounded. We like to say, oh, I could do everything. Right. I don't want to know that you could do everything. I want to know what you like to do.
I feel my favorite haircut to do is probably a skin fade. Because I feel like, it gives, like, you see every step of the way on the haircut, rather than just like that simple haircut that comes in. So I like really showing the art in the haircut.
Right, and now you fade up or you fade down?
I fade up.
You fade up. Now, what is it about fading up? You eliminate the bottom line first, and then you work your way up. Get rid of the bulk last?
Right, well, I create guidelines, normally depending on the client's head.
Nicks and crannies?
I normally go in with like a 4 to just eliminate some of the bulk. And then I probably go in with like a 2 or something around like midway, and then I make my skin line, knock that out, and then just blend up. From
Wait
there.
a minute. So you knock all the lines out and then you make your bottom skin line?
Right.
Okay. You're saving life on them liners too.
Right. That's right.
And you coming in with the foil shaver?
Yeah.
That's a big question right here for the people that are watching right now. If you're in the chat room, let us know if you're using the foil shaver and how you're using it. I mean, because sometimes you use that foil shaver and they get the BDBs on the back of the neck. They get that Nestle Crunch neck real quick. You get that phone call or text like 2 days later.
She's looking like, what's the Nestle Crunch neck?
Well, Nikki, you've been in it 2 years. You've been in it 3 years. I'm giving you some phrases right now. Like, are you guys familiar with pooch head? You familiar with pooch head? Pound puppies? Does that sound familiar? That's like when you're cutting a customer and looks like the scalp is just right over the brain. It's like wedges on the top of their head. Like you like, oh my Lord. And then look at you like, yeah, I got the pound puppies. What?
What's my client got? I forget what we call it in the shop. My one client, young boy, that comes with the whole group of kids.
Oh, he got possum hair.
Possum head.
Possum hair. You guys ever come across possum hair? Possum hair is like that loose hair. Like it's just like the buzzer comes near the hair and is already getting cut. It doesn't even touch. It's like, and it's already gone. And they always want the most difficult haircut.
Yeah, he does.
They don't come in there and be like, well, just give me a skin fade. It's always like, I want a low skin fade, drop it in the back. Don't come too high, just right over the ear. It's like, my man. Not only do you have possum hair, it's
you got
gray.
pound puppies,
Yeah, you
Nestle
got
Crunch.
gray. Like, you ever cut someone that have different toned hair? Like, I cut.
Oh, yes.
I'm not going to mention his name, but I cut someone I felt so bad. He has multicolored hair. So I'm thinking, like, the kid, he's 16 years old, so I'm cutting his hand. I'm just like, what? Does this kid use just for men? No, because the lower part of his hair, like underneath the temple peak point and right above his ear, is black, jet black. And above it is light brown. So I'm over here taking the liners. I was about to be like, yo, my man, I'm about to, give me the foil shaver. Give me a scalpel. I was like, felt like I was doing surgery. So this is the type of stuff that we deal with in the barber world. Hairstylists, again, they have their own thing. I know I've been I work at Brunetti's Hair Salon in West Hampton on Tuesdays. I'm the in-house barber, and I see, stuff go down there as well. It's a little bit different in the hairstylist world because there's a lot of they do a lot of making sure this is what you're going to get. They sit down with you, and because the timing is everything. Well, barbers is a little bit different when you're dealing with walk-ins. This week, Chauncey was there. I actually work at Jedi Barbershop. Chauncey owns Jedi Barbershop. I asked the father, how am I going to do the kid's hair? He said, oh, no, he knows what he wants. Yeah. I said, sir, you're paying for the haircut. He knows what he wants. How you want the haircut? He said, I want it just a little bit off. Also, you want it all one length. So I'll take the 3 with the grain on his hair. Finish the haircut. Then he said it's too dark over the ears. So I'll go back over the ears. I leave because I had to go. The father ends up coming back. Like, I asked you, you told me that you told me that your son knew what he wanted, and you ended up coming back. Can we see that haircut once again? Can we see that? There we go. Can we get a focus? So we need to focus on that. Can we get a focus on that? Can we zoom in? Can we get a zoom? One of the reasons why I want to zoom is because there's no color applied on this haircut right here. In the beginning of the haircut, I told you that what he was going to be. There it goes. You see? There goes the drop. Just keep that. Turn him to. There we go right there. If you're looking at the temple peak point, and it's going into the beard. So we're going to look at the curve. He left that hair darker. It's a skin fade, but he left it darker there so the edge up can really stand out. Now, barbers and hairstylists that are out there thinking, okay, I could just do that with color enhancement. You don't need color enhancement all the time.
Not everyone wants it.
Exactly. Not everybody wants it. Some people do, but this gentleman right here looks like he looks like he put some zing on. He did it. He's just using the barber skills. You got to be able to fade at different levels. It's just like when you have cutting someone who has a receded hairline, right? and they have the McDonald's symbol going on. In the middle of the hair, you can't go at the same level on the receded hairline as you go in with the middle of the hair. You know? So you go in the middle of the hair, say they want like a 4 or a 5. You take that right there. Don't take that to the McDonald's symbol. The arcs. Take some shears to that. Go with the grain. Keep that a little bit longer. Make it pop out. Make that client smile. And you can see right there, nice clean edge up that he's doing. And ScissorSalute to that right there. Oh, the Tariq, you got fans online? And Tariq, you better be sharing it on Facebook. Don't be up in here streaming on your Instagrams and your Facebooks. Y'all came here a little too late, man. Y'all didn't hear the rules. And we'd also like to ScissorSalute Billy, who's up in here. He started off his career doing sign designs. I'm pretty sure he's still doing it. And now he's coming in here with phone charging stations. So
Yeah,
this is going to be available. It's going to be something we're working on in the future.
Yeah, I think we're going to have him back on the show where he can pretty much just cover his product. It's a very interesting product, and I believe it's very useful for barbershops and salons.
Absolutely. So he's going to have it available, portable, like a charging station. It's going to be almost like smaller than a lunchbox. And you could put the logo to your establishment on it. Or if you're a barber who just wants to have it at your station, you could put your brand on there. And at the same time putting your brand on there, you could put all your social media information on there as well. So when people come in and charging their phone, they can follow you on Facebook, follow you on Instagram and Twitter and everything else that you have. Now everyone's talking about El Snapchat. I mean, that's good. Could we just have him look straight into the camera? No, have him look straight into the camera. See, on the right side, he was having a rough day, and he needed to go to the shop. On the left side, he's ready to take on the world. You see that? He even has the hair brushed back on the right side. Okay, so here we go. We're going to do the interview, but I want that picture-in-picture as much as possible. Oh, you ain't getting no advertisement. Just joking with you. Okay, so sitting next to me, we have Nikki Slays, again, from Bridge Avenue and Richmond Avenue. Can you give the phone number to them locations?
I cannot.
Okay, so we're going to get that a little bit later. So you actually started going to school to become a makeup artist.
I did.
You found out through the hard process that, maybe not want to do. ScissorSalute to Rock Candy. Rock Candy was actually doing nails. And she found out that she wanted to be a barber. And you also had C the Barber, who was doing something else and got challenged to be a barber.
By her brother, right?
By her brother. And ended up becoming a barber as well. So you came across barbering. Nobody would teach you, but you became an assistant, I believe, at the Bridge Avenue location.
Yes, I did.
And now you are here barbering.
Yes, sir.
Do you feel like you made the right choice?
Absolutely. I wanted to start out doing makeup just because I liked making people feel good about themselves. And if you're a barber or if you're in this industry at all, you have a passion to make somebody feel great about themselves. And that's what you want to do, but you have to find, a way to express that. And I found it through barbering.
And I feel like, you've been in it 2 years. Tony's been in it 3 years. We've had a lot of barbers and hairstylists come in here who just got into the industry. And I feel like this is good because the impact that social media has, you have a weekly events, and you yourself been to a few events.
Yes,
You've been to the Exotics Barber Battle and a few events in Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
What was your thoughts, only being here 2 years, you're checking out Instagram, what was your thoughts when you went to the actual events and seeing some of the people from Instagram?
It's nice to actually meet them in person and realize that how super humble they are and, how willing they are to talk to you and hear your ideas. It's nice to see different people cut the way they cut. It's nice to be in a room full of people who share the same passion as you and you're all there for the same reason. So it was nice. It was really nice. It's a good time. If you haven't gone, you should.
Now, what did you think about their work from their social media pages to actually seeing their work live?
Even the people who are using, all the Photoshop stuff and cropping stuff out, The haircut was great to begin with. What is the point of doing all the Photoshop stuff if someone's going to come into your barbershop and be like, I want this? Guess what? I can't give that to you. That's Photoshop, homie. You know what I mean? You gotta
edit it then.
Keep it real. Keep it real. That's
Cut,
it.
paste, and copy.
Or if you're doing it, just be like, hey, this is Photoshop. I just wanted to make a pretty picture. That's fine, too.
And you're actually going to be competing at the CT Barber Expo
Yes, sir.
in the Lady Barber competition.
I
But
just
what is
signed
the
up.
haircut that's going to be in this Lady Barber competition? Because sometimes there's a Lady Barber competition. Salute to Ainsley the Barber, who's a barber maestra. She came there, her canvas in Atlantic City. My man looked like he came straight out of the cave. She gave him a nice comb over, and she lost to someone who did a design. So is it like the Lady Barber competition? Is there a category, or is it just
There
Lady Barber
is.
competition?
You know, especially with stuff like, you can't compare the two.
No,
It's
you
It's
can't.
a comb over and it's a design. You can't compare the two. So they just made their, I guess, final decision that the Lady Barber entry is a skin fade and a comb over or a pompadour with a hard part.
Okay, now, skin fade, pompadour, hard part. You're familiar with that because that is a haircut that you seem to be doing often.
Every day. Comb
Why is-
overs, hard parts, every day. Everybody wants a comb over.
So that's just like the style that's trending in that
It's
area?
the trending style in my area without
In
a
both
doubt.
locations?
Yes, sir.
How do you split the time between both locations?
I work at Bridge Avenue on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, 10 to 6. Thursday, I'm at Richmond Avenue, and that's the only shop that we take appointments at. I'm there from 8 to 4. And then Friday, I'm at Bridge, 12 to 8. And Saturday, I'm at Bridge, 9 to 5. And that's a walk-in shop only.
Okay, so how do you say someone who goes to the Bridge Avenue location wants to get their haircut that day that you're at Richmond, how does that go? How far are these locations from each other?
They're, Tony, what are they, like 2 miles? It's Point
2
Pleasant
miles.
Beach and Point Pleasant Borough.
Have you ever worked at the two different establishments in one day?
Yeah.
So you like morning in Richmond, catch me at Bridge at night?
Yeah, you know, if I have to, we're very, we get along very well in our shop. We all have each other's backs. So if we ever need coverage or if, you know, hey, can you open for me because I got something to do and I got to be here and I'll close for you or I'll do this, that, you know. I have worked in both locations at the same day.
Yes. And we talked on the phone and, going through your Instagram, I see that training is a big part of it. And salute to Joey Fresh. Anybody know Joey Fresh on Instagram? Yeah. Did you see how much weight my man lost?
I would have never guessed.
Did you see how much weight Joey Fresh lost? Check him out, salute. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is training is a big part of it. You had sciatica.
When I was 16.
16, and you feel like the training helped you with that. And now, how important is it for you to stay physically fit? I don't know, we have to take
You
this
know
shit
what?
off.
For me, it's about, you got to feel comfortable in your own skin. You want to be happy with yourself. You can't do it for somebody else. You got to do it for yourself. But for me, it's more so, I want to feel happy. I want to look good. I want to be able to wear when I want to wear, when I want to wear it. And being in the gym has helped with my sciatica. It's helped, get my core stability to be on point. And with jobs like ours in this industry, we're on our feet all day.
All
we're
day.
using, motor joints or whatever you want to call them, your wrists. There's wear and tear on that in our industry, and you want to make sure that you're in tip-top shape to be able to go to work every day and do what you love to do.
Yes, like we had a gentleman, we call him the Hair Olympian, Sal Lamoda from the Lamoda Salon. He always was big on body positioning. And even the salon that I work at on Tuesdays, where my sister works, they're really big on your positioning for your body. So regardless how you're doing what you're doing, how the end product is. So you might fade up, you might fade down, you might use different techniques, but there is definitely proper, like the way you should stand and how it should go. And I'll tell you this much, when you pull in that Friday and someone calls you, hey, I'm getting married, can I have an appointment? Get that 7:30, and you usually get that 9 or 10, and you're there at 7:30, and it just so happens it's that day when someone calls you up, what's your last appointment? And you tell them that time, you're in there for that long, the wear and tear on your body, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel it. So make sure, using the proper things. And I would definitely recommend some sort of physical training, because when we're in the trenches, that's what I call it. You're in the trenches. That's it. You know, God forbid you double book. Then that's a whole different other story. Now that you're looking at the clock, you're looking around, you're trying to manage your time. It gets quite
Everybody in
difficult.
this room is shaking their head like, dang.
Absolutely. So you've been in here. You've been doing hair for 2 years. Been to a couple events. You checked out the social media aspect, but at the same time, you like to observe. You know, tell me what you think about customer service aspect. What is your customer service
man.
aspect, and you know why do you think
It's
what you
the most important part of our industry. All right, so I'm starting out as a lady barber. First off, I'm a female. People are going to see I'm a female. You're trying to build clientele. Somebody comes into the barbershop. He sits with somebody. The guy, he's having a bad day. He's cutting hair. He's quiet. He's got a bad attitude. Nice haircut, amazing haircut, but he got a bad attitude. Then he comes in 2 weeks later, sits in my chair. I'm talking to him. All my problems go out the door when I go into work. The customer sitting in my chair, it's about you. It's about giving them a good experience to make them feel good about themselves. And I'm happy. I'm asking them how their day went. I'm doing a haircut. And let's just say, I doubt it, but let's just say, my haircut wasn't as great. The next time that guy comes in, he's sitting in my chair because he had a great experience. I talked to him. I asked him how his day went. He talked to me and he told me how his day went. He got things off his chest that he might not be able to when he gets home later. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying.
It's about an experience in the
But
barbershop.
at the same time, it's going to come to the point where it's like you've developed a relationship, but you're definitely right. You should recommend keeping them problems at home. And definitely when it comes to cutting hair, the person is going to feel, your movement when you put the cape around their neck, when you got the buzzers to their head or the shears to their head, just the way you cut in might be a little bit different, might be breathing different, everything. And now you mentioned that, you're female barber. Do you feel there's like, well, let me rewind that. What is your opinion on female barbers, or how does it feel being in the industry that is male dominated?
Being a female, and I have to say to any girls out there who want to be a barber, don't doubt yourself. Just kind of work really hard, work on your skill, work on perfecting it, and getting what needs to be done for you to accomplish what you want to accomplish. I had somebody told me, I won't say who, but he was actually an educator. He came into my school and he said, I would never hire a female at my barbershop. And I was like, so taken aback. I was like, I'm going to be a barber.
How dare you?
I'm going to be a barber. That's it. So I did, I asked everybody in school who was there for barbering at the time. I was like, can you show me how to do this? Can you show me? And they were like, yeah. And they never did. So I went out on my own. I got a job as an assistant, busted my butt, making sure the shop was clean head to toe. This way on the weekends, I was out on the floor taking notes, watching my bosses. I have amazing bosses who really, took the time and effort to show me everything that they know.
ScissorSalute to that.
Yeah, absolutely. Which is hard to find in this industry. It's hard to find bosses, you like to work for. But being a female, man, it's hard. It's hard. Everybody thinks, oh, it's easy. You're a girl. Guys want to sit in your chair. No, they don't, because they think you're a girl. You don't know how to cut guys' hair. It's like, I studied hard to learn how to cut your hair.
Well, that's good. That's all about, showing and proving. That's also no different from the new barber who's in the shop. That's all,
Absolutely.
You might be the new barber in the shop, but you might have been doing it for quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
It all comes down, and then, earning your stripes, being patient and earning your stripes. But again, for a female barber, yes, it's got to be difficult at times, It's got to be difficult at times. Also, again, we bring it in the social media aspect. So you have a female who comes into the shop and she likes to dress the way she likes, and then it's, she only getting that traffic because she dresses like that. But at the same time, you might have the muscle-bound barber who's coming in there with a sleeveless shirt and a vest, barber jacket, and no one says anything to him because it's just, it's a double standard thing,
Mm-hmm. In our barbershop, we keep our armpits covered. We wear T-shirts or long sleeve, and we keep
that's
it
good.
very
Yeah, Tariq was
professional.
telling me too. They have Tariq at his establishment is like a dress code, and to me, there's nothing wrong with a barbershop that might not have a dress code. I would recommend wearing a barber jacket because who wants hair on them? You tell me. You want to go and spend how much money you're spending on that shirt and all that stuff and not cover it up? Not have something to separate you from that hair? I mean, I guess you don't care. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go outside the shop and go to the store and get pinched by one of them hairs. Or just stay there itching yourself the whole day.
That's what I do.
Yeah, well, I think that anybody who does hair deals with it. You take a shower, you get ready, you go out, you're at the sushi place or whatever, you look down, you're like, how the hair get there? Come on, man. Well, take your car to the car wash. Anybody here, take your car to the car wash. Oh, my Lord. The hair everywhere.
At the car? On the car?
In the car.
Inside the car. The people who get inside the car. I don't, around the way, I didn't really promote myself like that. It is what it is. They knew what I do. But sometimes, I went to one dude guy. Remember the car wash over there in Wonderly Parkway?
Yeah.
I went to guy, and he'd be like, man, you got a lot of hair, like right here with this cup holder.
Oh, yeah.
The cup holder and all that stuff. Yeah, man. You had the dashboard. You think, no, that's not dust. That's hair.
Yeah, turn your
Little
turn
tiny
your
hair
pockets
particles.
inside out. See what happens.
Definitely. So let us know something about your short-term goals, long-term goals, what you're trying to achieve, what you're trying to get, and how long you think it's going to take you.
I would say that my goal is to be, a master barber, but I kind of don't believe in that. I kind of feel like as long as the industry is always changing and evolving, trends are coming in, trends are coming out. You're never going to be a master barber. And if you are, say, I'm a master barber, you're wrong, because you need to want to continue to change and grow with the industry. Otherwise, you're going to stay at a standpoint. There's always going to be out there somebody out there who's better than you, and they're going to surpass you. So, you got to always want to learn and keep growing, and that's all I really want to do,
Message! Are you going to be going to BarberCon?
Yes, I am.
BarberCon's going to be on
excited.
March 12th. Anybody who's going to be in the tri-state area, March 12th, 13th, and 14th is the IBS Hair Show, the International Beauty Show. That's going to be at the Jacob Javits Center in New York City on the west side. At the same time, you're going to be checking out BarberCon on Sunday. If you're interested in getting the BarberCon tickets, go to Barbershop Connect. Click there. The link in the IG bio. Make sure you get the tickets now because they're going to be cheaper. Don't be at the door going, yo, why are they expensive? Or texting me or texting Lee or Eric or anybody else from the Lineup Inc. trying to get some cheap deals or trying to cut the line. It's not going to happen. I can't do nothing for you, man. I'm telling you, I'm trying to do something for you now. So Nikki Slays, thank you for coming down here doing the interview part. She's going to be showcasing a little bit later. Again, you're watching the ScissorSalute Show. We broadcast live every Monday night, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Facebook Live. And if you're interested in showcasing with us, you can email us at ScissorSalute Show. And we'll get back to you in the order that the email is received. Right now in the cut cam, we have Mr. Low Cuts from Top Notch Barbershop located in Waterbury, Connecticut. He's going to be getting interviewed later on in the show when Nikki Slays is showcasing. Nikki Slays, before we let you go, please let everybody know where you work. If we could get that phone number, Tony, please.
Tony,
and all your social media information that you'd like to share with us, please do so now. The stage is yours.
All right. You guys can find me on Instagram at NIKKISLAYZ. That's Nikki Slays. And I work at the Bridge and Richmond Avenue Barbershops in Point Pleasant Beach and Point Pleasant Borough, New Jersey. What's that phone number?
732-202-6021 is the Bridge Ave location.
That's walk-ins only, so don't call and try to make an appointment.
You got to go to Richmond for that.
You got to go to Richmond for the special.
Do you guys listen to The Bridge? The Bridge. You guys listen to that in that shot? That's MC Shan? No? Wow, I'm old. Wow, I'm really old. That's right, I turned 40 this year. I'm ready to go. Ready to go right there. So once again, we got Nikki Slays. We get to that cut cam with Mr. Low Cuts. Again, from Top Notch Barbershop. And Top Notch Barbershop is definitely here in the studio. They're all up in here, or as much as them that came down here to support their gentlemen.
Here we
Got
go,
that
here
phone
we
number
go.
for the
Yes,
Richmond
we got
location?
Richmond Ave's phone number. It's 848-232-3504.
Well, thank you so much for coming down here, Nikki.
Thank
You're going to
you
be
for having me.
showcasing in about a bit because, oh man, look at the drop on my man is ready to go, man. He's ready to go. You giving him that business, like he's ready to go from business and at the same time hit La Marina like right after, you know. He's going like Don Coquis. You know, he's going from Wall Street to Don Coquis real quick. No? I'm giving him some ideas. He's like, I haven't been to La Marina in like years. I'm about to go. Mr. Low Cuss, if you see what he's doing right now, this, if you'd be like, yo, Eli, what is the haircut that you like to showcase? This is it right here. The low skin fade with a beard and shear work. I feel like all aspects of barbering are done right here. This right here is like the master's test in New York State. Although it's a taper, the last time I took it. But I have a feeling that this is like the master's test right here. So once again, you're watching the Scissor Salute Show, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Facebook Live via Strong Island TV. If you're interested in showcasing on the Scissor Salute Show, advertising with us, or booking us for your next event, email us at scissorsalute@yahoo.com. Please leave your contact information. We'll get back to you in the order that the email's received. If you're watching the show, you like what you see, please share the show. Invite as much people as you can. Let them know that the show is available and there's a platform for barbers, hairstylists, makeup artists to come down here and showcase. Coming up next, we have an interview with Effects Apps. A gentleman by the name of Eric Ramos.
Right here.
And Tariq. Sefro. Seth. Should we have both of them up here and I'll just sit over there?
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
Okay.
Send you a text message.
Yeah.
See if you got it.
As a barber or hairstylist, it is hard trying to cut hair and play secretary at the same time, especially with all the text messages, emails, phone calls, and comments on social media. So to manage your schedule, you download a bunch of different apps like Schedulista, StyleSeat, and there's tons of others. But with all these different options, which one is best for you? Trying to decide can get overwhelming at times. Why not create your very own app, where you will be able to have customer self-booking, 24/7 receptionist, sell product directly to customer. Other features include loyalty card, coupons, turn-by-turn directions, pay a deposit, watch video, view all your social media including Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Best of all, send push notifications from your phone directly to your app, and so much more. Get an app done today and be future ready.
I like that right there. We'd also like to salute Diamond D the Barber. He's watching the show. Just send me the text message. And now, for your viewing pleasure, we'd like to thank this gentleman right here,
Yes, sir.
Eric Ramos. You can now download the Scissor Salute app.
That's right.
And that is with Apple Android?
It's currently just on the Apple Store.
Apple
for
Store.
Apple, for iPhone.
It's okay because I have an iPhone. Majority of people who have iPhone.
And I got an iPhone too.
Okay, Android people, just wait.
Yeah, just
I
give
know
it a
you
little
guys, okay. It's not an Android Apple thing. Say that for the barbershop or the salon to argue. This is a Salute Show. Well, yeah, you know, you guys want to talk Jordans and Adidas. It's like Apple and Android now, so.
Exactly.
But we like to salute Eric Ramos. Let's get right into it right here. He's, started off into video productions. And when the smartphones came out, he got into the mobile web development. He noticed that Danny Garcia opened up a barbershop. He had to plug with Ears the Barber, and he developed an app in 2014 for Danny Garcia. If you don't know who Danny Garcia is, from Philly, a boxer from Philly, and he's putting in that work. He also has a barbershop, too.
Got a fight coming up. Got a fight coming up. March, what is it, 5th, 4th?
Yeah, and he stays sharp.
Yeah.
Since that day, you have over 100 apps, and 95% of the traffic has been barbers and salons. Since salute to Chink the Barber for even letting us know about you right here. So let's go. It started off as a hobby on the MacBook. Let's see that.
Yeah, man. I think it was like 99, the first bubble iMacs. I started doing video.
Yes,
man.
and it was like you could see right through the Mac, right?
Yeah,
The
exactly.
desktop.
Yeah, it was amazing. So I started doing video editing, and man, I just fell in love with the
Just turn that mic a little bit towards.
Oh,
turn
let
the
me-
mic towards you. You
let
can
me
keep
do this.
right. No,
Is
you
that
can
good?
keep where you are. It's good.
All right.
There we go.
So yeah, so I was doing that, and it was great. I started doing music videos. I was doing all that, and as soon as the iPhone came out, man, I fell in love. And it's funny because Steve Jobs said he would never ever do apps on the iPhone. He completely shut it down. He said only Apple will produce apps for the iPhone. Then a year later, he did a complete 180 and said anyone can do an app for the iPhone. And so that really opened my eyes up. I started looking at like mobile web developing. You know how you got like, if you go to YouTube, like a YouTube link on your phone, you see it in Safari. It's got that mobile web version. So I started looking at that and then just knew like this is going to be big. So I started working on how to develop apps and do all that. So that was it, man. It took off from there. I had a friend of mine, Jake the Barber, ScissorSalute Jake the Barber. He was really the first guy. I did an app for him, and then I took that concept over to Ears. I showed Danny the app, and he was busy doing his thing. He's like, hey, holla at Ears, who was the shop's manager at the time. Showed him, man, he loved it. He was like, let's do it, man. So I did it, and shortly after that, you know, Chink and a few other guys got on board, and then I met Tyreek, man, and it was a wrap from that, man. It went really good.
Think Chink.
Think Chink.
So take us back to when you first met Tyreek, and you ended up going to, what was that, Bonner Brothers 2014?
Yeah, Bonner Brothers, yep.
So your first show was in February, and then you were teaching a class in August. How did that go down?
Yeah, it happened really fast. Well, Tyreek still had his relationships with those people down at Bronner Brothers, and it's funny. Actually, I do a football team, and one of the guys on my football team went to a high school, and Tyreek went to that school to teach about barbering and just kind of making right decisions. He was one of my youth, and the kid told him, you want an app? So I actually made the connection through one of my kids, through like serving my football team. So that went really well. I ended up meeting him, and when I walked into his office, he had like Bronner Brothers this and Bronner Brothers that. I'm like, what's going on? He's like, well, why don't you come down with me? I'll introduce you. I think it was Erica Washington down at Bronner Brothers. And it was a wrap from there. I met her. She liked the idea. She gave me a class immediately in August. And since then, I mean, my first class had about 6 or 7 people in the classroom.
You got to start somewhere, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And then this year, we just came back from the bar. We was just at the Bronner Brothers last week. And I post on my page every class. Now the classes are 45 deep. You know, I had 2 classes last week. The first one had about 45. The second one had about 60 people in it. And people are really coming out to just learn more about app development. And when I talk to, you know, in the class, I let them know that, you know, 10% of what I do is really just teaching people, hey, you need an app, this is how it works. But the other 90% is really how do you implement it into the shop? Because anybody can go out, figure out how to do an app, right? But how do you get your clients using it? How do you get people utilizing it and make it part of what you're doing on a regular basis? And so Tyreek is one of the ones that really implemented it all the way through how I envisioned it. And now I'm able to just go ahead and look, Chink is one of them, a lot of them.
So basically the app development, through you developing the app, and at the same time making apps for the barbers.
Yeah.
They perfected it.
Absolutely.
So it's like you had a formula, and the formula got perfected.
Yeah.
With you helping others and them helping you because they have that much faith in what you do and you have faith in what they do.
Absolutely. And that's really my expertise. My expertise comes in working with over, you know, almost 100 barbers at this point. So, you know, Tyreek will say, hey, I want to do this on the app. I want to do a walk-in list. How do we do that? Well, I haven't done that. So I go, okay, let's figure that out. Now I have another barber come to me and say, hey, I want to do a walk-in list. Well, I already figured it out for one. So I'm able to pass it on to the other. Someone else is saying, you know, well, we want to do a banner. What should the design look like? What should we do? So then I just shoot them over a couple of designs some other people have done. So it's been really good just working with a lot of different people. I mean, just to give you an idea of the type of apps that we're doing, I've done apps with Maestros. They have an app now. And now at this point, ScissorSalute. So if you got an iPhone, go ahead and download that ScissorSalute app. But Tyreek launched his app in 2015. And within the first year, had over 5,000 downloads of his app and had made an additional revenue stream of over $30,000.
Salute to that.
Whoa.
Yeah, so just understand what we're saying. There's a man who owned 2 barbershops for, at that point, over 10 years, had opened up his own barber his own barber school, not a shoe, but he was able to create a whole new revenue stream. And he did that by deposits. So people go on the app and they book deposits. They book an appointment, they had to pay a $5 deposit. And I mean, and that's what started happening. I mean, the client started going in, booking deposit, creating new revenue for him. And that has really been the way he supports his app. So yeah, they're bringing up a couple slideshows now. So we just talk about how you can grow your business with an app. And I think if you go to the next slide, and we talk a little bit of why you need the app. So here's a few statistics. By 2014, I mean, everything had moved over to mobile. And here you go. 100 billion apps were downloaded by 2015. Think about that. My goal is to really, there's about 2 million apps. Yeah, Eli? So there's about 2 million apps in existence, right? How many websites do you think there are? Billions, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
There's got to be billions.
More
so
websites.
what I'm trying to do is close the gap between websites and apps. That's my clientele. That's where they live. They live between the whole. There you go. So 90. So these stats are coming up. Like 95% of people search through the mobile web. They use their mobile device through their phones. I know. About a year ago on Black Friday, me and my wife went out and we're shopping Black Friday at the stores. It was all crazy. And I remember we bought these 2 little Bluetooth speakers, got in the car, went to drive away. My wife went on Amazon.com, looked up the speakers, found them 50% cheaper, got them shipped free, right, on her phone. We didn't even have to leave the house, but we wanted to go out. And we ended up returning them back. So the speakers are about $30 a piece. We bought 2 of them for my son and my daughter. And then we ended up just buying them in the car at a cheaper price through an app. So most people are on their phones. Most people are looking for a local barbershop, looking for pizzerias. And my vision is that right now, if I type in Eli the Barber on Instagram, I'm going to find a page that says Eli the Barber. If you make a website, I'll go to Google and I'll find it. Well, my belief is that the search engine in the App Store, that's going to be your new Google. That's going to be the place where people, in about 5 years from now, that's where everybody's going to be looking for, hey, is there a pizzeria down the street? I'm not going to check Yelp or Google. I'm going to go ahead and jump on the App Store and bring it up. So, yeah, and there's, they're bringing up a couple other of the slides that I show in my class. Just more stats, ways to engage.
Okay, so you have a slideshow when you do your class.
Oh, yeah. I got a whole presentation.
This isn't the whole thing. It's a real nice presentation that he has.
Yeah,
there are a few of the slides.
Yeah, they have a few of them.
Okay, so there goes my next question. Is out the? I might as well just throw this paper across the room there. So we're covering what you. Well, it's good that you have that. You have the functions and the apps, But now here comes the big question.
Okay.
Here comes the big question. Okay. This is it right here, and there's no offense taken here. So you have Booksy. You have Setmore, you have Squire, you got GoPanache, a lot of different appointment apps that are available. What is the difference between what you are bringing to them and downloading one of these appointment apps?
No, that's a great question. I mean, I get this a lot. I'm at the Bronner Brothers show. There's 30,000 people there in a weekend. And so people are constantly coming up to me. And at this latest show, there was about 4. There was Squire. There was Shore.com, and I think they're all great. Okay, first of all, let's start with that. They're amazing, but what I call them are community-based apps. It's like telling somebody, "Hey, why don't you go to my restaurant? It's in the food court at the mall, right? There's a bunch of other restaurants in the food court at the mall. So when you say, for instance, Eli the Barber or Tyreek the Barber, or even Chink the Barber, Chink says, "Hey, download the GoPanache app." Okay, now once you got the app. Okay, now go in and just go into the search and type in Chink the Barber. All right, now you find me, and then you book with me. What you're doing is you're really branding that Booksy or that Stylesy or that GoPanache or whatever it may be. And their biggest conversation is, look, we got 3,000 barbers on our app, so they say that to the client. Download our app, you can book with these barbers. And then they say to the barbers, we got 10,000 downloads of our app. You're going to get clientele through there, and back and forth they grow, but they're growing their brand, not yours. You understand?
So basically they're advertising for GoPanache I'm saying it right now, I'm giving them a spotlight instead of saying go to my app.
Absolutely. Right. Absolutely. And that's the goal. So, I mean, I watched you guys for years, and for years you were saying, what? Download the live stream app, search ScissorSalute. Well, right now you can go into the App Store, type in ScissorSalute, and you'll be able to see the show live. So that's really the goal. So now you're really branding yourself as opposed to, as you're branding yourself, you're also branding live stream, which is what they want to do. You know, and so that's really the twist.
That's the man trying to hold us down.
Absolutely.
It's the man trying to hold us down. He can't hold us down no more because we've got our own app.
Absolutely. I mean, that's why I'm rocking right now a Maestro's hat. You know what I mean? It's about supporting each other, supporting each other's brands, putting people on the map. You know, if I ever go to a show where there's a local rap artist or something and he's selling a T-shirt, the first thing I'm going to do is buy that T-shirt. Because that's one way I could support that guy, you know, and so we. Wait a minute,
you already bought the tickets to go to the concert, and you're gonna buy the T-shirt?
Absolutely, we got to support each other. You know what I mean? That's the goal.
So definitely, so along with barbershops and salons, seems to be what you're focusing on.
Absolutely.
Is there any other outlets that these apps could be available for and the benefits?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Outlets? So I mean, I've done for like churches, pizzerias. I actually, Nori on Drink Champs. So I did the app for Drink Champs. You can download the Drink Champs app. Yeah, exactly. And it's on iPhone and Android. ScissorSalute will be available for Android coming soon here. But Drink Champs, man, they're an amazing show. They get millions of listeners a month. And their app, now you can listen to the podcast. You can favorite the podcast that you like. They can create new revenue through through AdMob and through Google AdSense. So, that's one of the bigger ones that I've done. I've also done, there's an artist out of Philly named P&B Rock. He's a new artist. He's out, I think he signed to Atlantic. And I did an app for him. So, it's actually, music artists. If you're an artist, I mean, just think about what you would do with your website, right? If you're selling T-shirts, or you have music, or you're doing a ScissorSalute show, you're going live, you're going to put that on a website. The problem with a website is people visit a website, but they download an app. And there's retention in that. It's better than a website. And so when people, I tell my clients all the time, it's better to have 1,000 downloads of your app than 10,000 visits to your website. Because
say that one more time.
So I tell them all the time, it's better to have 1,000 downloads of your app than 10,000 visits to your website.
And what's the reasoning behind that?
Because there's retention. Those people who've downloaded your app, you're retaining them. Unlike a website, if you're, I see right now, Tone Cuts, ScissorSalute Tone Cuts out in
Levels.
Yeah, Levels Barbershop.
Camden, New Jersey.
So I did an app for Levels Barbershop, right? They're doing these facials, the male facials on Wednesdays.
They got the facials, and Wednesday you get a free haircut with the facials.
Exactly. So what they're doing is, they're sending out a push notification. They've had about 500-600 downloads of their app in the last 3 or 4 months when they launched it. But they're offering a new service that they weren't offering months ago. You understand? So if months ago they were saying visit our website, they'd have this new service. Know how they're going to alert people besides Instagram and the basic posting.
And then annoying email because no one even opens up them emails.
I don't
open them up.
I look at a lot of people's phones. I see some barbers with 12,000 emails. Nobody's looking at the emails, but yeah, exactly. You wanted them. So when you wake up in the morning, you got 4 or 5 likes on Instagram. You got 2 comments on Facebook, and then you got a little alert from Levels Barbershop saying, "Hey, make sure you schedule your facial for today for tomorrow because Wednesdays is when we're doing it." It's an alert just like that.
Cut cam. Picture. Yeah. Cut cam.
So I mean, it's just amazing, and there's really that retention factor. It's about several things: branding yourself, having that retention, and then on the app, you're able to book appointments. That's one of the main things, and that's the thing. I've heard people who are on, like, let's say Go Panache. They've been using Go Panache for like a year, and they're like, "Man, I want to move over to I want to get my own app, but I don't want to move from Go Panache." Well, I can do that for you. I can integrate your Go Panache system into your own app. I have people that have been using StyleSeat because it was free. A lot of people left StyleSeat when StyleSeat started charging $35. But some of them say, "Man, my clientele is so big on there, I really don't want to lose that." Well, what I do, I just go ahead and integrate their StyleSeat system into the app. But they're no longer saying download StyleSeat. They're now saying download my app.
But those that still have StyleSeat can still do that.
Absolutely. So they can still pull new clientele from, because that's the one good thing about the community-based app is that they're kind of bringing clientele to you. But you don't want, I don't want Right now, I have a website. It's efex.com. Go ahead and plug that. And that's spelled EFEXX.com. I'm not going to tell people, hey, go to Google and Google Efex, right? I give them the web URL. You can go in the App Store and type in EFEXX, and you're going to find my app. You download it. My phone number, information, video content, the video you saw earlier on the show is in there to give you an idea of what you're getting. You can sign up there. You can view my Instagram there. You can follow me on there. That's another thing. I went to a concert with P&B Rock when he was on the Cosmic Kev show in Philly. And this dude said, P&B Rock, go download my app on air in Philly radio. It might have got 50,000 downloads in I think it was 2 months. It got 50,000 downloads. But now going forward, if he does a concert, he doesn't have to say, it's P&B Rock, go follow me at _ P&B Rock. The Twitter is a P&B Rock, and then on Facebook is a _ the 215 P&B Rock. And you got all this list of stuff you got to say, right? Mm-hmm. Exactly. What they do all the time, right? Which is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It's great. But now he can just say, hey, download my app. When you download the app, you're going to, same with Drink Champs. Listen to a Drink Champs podcast. At the end, they're listing everything that they're on. But if you download their app, you can listen to the podcast, purchase their T-shirts, follow them on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, check out their YouTube, watch Thirsty Thursdays, because they post videos on Thursdays. Thirsty Thursdays, exactly. Woo! So, and you get all that content with one download. Right now, you download, I'm hearing Eli the Barber every week saying, if you want to showcase with us, hit us at ScissorSalute@yahoo.com. Right now, you download. Hey. Exactly. Hey. So now you download the Scissor Salute app, and there's a button that says Showcase. And you hit that button, and you fill out a form, and it goes to ScissorSalute@yahoo.com.
Well, thank you so much for that. Now you just switch up the whole format of the show.
Absolutely.
Yeah, me talking like Judge Mathis just now. When I do that, that's big right there.
Exactly. So that's
just
really
switch up the whole format. So with that being said, make sure you go to your the Apple iTunes Store. Yep. App Store. Apple will have Android, I guess, later on with your Apple Store, and download the Scissor Salute app. And while you're at it right here, go underneath my finger right here and press that share button and share this show as much as you can. Give it a like and do everything else you want to do. Effects, man, I'm letting you know you have a lot. That's what I'm going to call you right now. I ain't even call you a government name. Your name is Effects.
That's just it. Actually, look, that's where my name came from. So, back in the day, like in the 90s, you had Hype Williams and you had Lil X. So my video director's name was Effects because I put the effects
very
in the
Cephro.
video.
That's like something Cephro would do.
Exactly. It was like I put the effects in the video. My first name was Eric, so it was E. So that's where you got Effects. And
everybody who's watching the show, who knows the owner, his name is Seth Rowe. Seth Rowe. Not sofrito, not sofoyo or Ceflo. Seth Rowe. Not sofrito.
I like Ceflo though. That's good. I like that.
Sofrito is something that we put on the rice to make it nice and tasteful.
Absolutely.
I put that on everything. That's it. So thank you so much, Effects, for coming over here to the ScissorSalute Show, explaining exactly the difference between giving other people, putting other people on the stage, their products, and putting your own name on that stage that you would like to do.
It's all about branding, man.
It's all about branding, the branding process.
Absolutely.
Right there.
If you walk into some shops right now, and again, I got nothing against it. I think Booksy is amazing and all that. But you look on their mirror, you're going to see that light teal with a B, right? A lot of people seen that. I'm sure you guys seen that. You look at, you walk into some shops, you're going to see that purple with the P for GoPan. They're really trying to say, hey, book with me. But what's the branding? It's not with Tyreek. His app is Sharper Image Barbershop. You don't go in his shop and learn about Go Panache. You go in his shop, download the Sharper Image Barbershop app, join their loyalty program. So let me give you just a list of features, some things you can do. You can, besides having all your social media on there, you can obviously link your booking no matter what it is. We'll integrate it in there, whether it's StyleSee, Booksy. I use a product called Full Slate, Acuity. There's all these different ways to schedule. We can include any one of them into your app. So you have booking, you have your social media there. If you have video content on YouTube, I mean, it's great for someone who's never been in your shop. You got a video just walking around your shop, showing it off. People can see that in your app. And then you can also do loyalty cards and coupons. So just to touch on that a little bit, when I talk about how do you implement the app, it's through incentivizing your clients, right? You go to a client and say, hey, I know you text me, but download an app, book an appointment with me. It costs $5 to book with me now, right? Because you're trying to create new revenue. That just sounds bad when it comes out of your mouth. But when you stop a client, you say, look, why don't you download my app? I'm going to give you a free haircut. Well, now a client wants to download your app, right? So you say, download the app. I'm gonna give you $5 off your first haircut, right? And then you got a loyalty plan. You come in 10, you get 10 stamps, and on your 10th stamp, you get a haircut. So now my question is to you: would you want to make 9 haircuts? Would you pay somebody if you got to walk in? You tell them, hey, download my app. I'm gonna give you a stamp today. Come back. You're now retaining that client because they have your app, and they keeps them coming back. And so that's really the way that I call it a now and later. It's a now and later promotion, how you want to incentivize your clients. Because right now, you tell them, look, download the app right now, and you'll get X off your hair, $5 off your haircut, something small just to get them to download the app. But now they have the app, they're booking an appointment with you ahead of time, come in, and you give them a loyalty card stamp, and then, the maybe 6, 7, 8 times. On the 10th time, then they get a free haircut.
Okay, there you go, man. I'm learning something right here. He's speaking too quick. I got to write all this down.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, you live. Go ahead. It's all go. Speak loud, though. Look at you. Don't be over here, GQ. You better speak loud.
Is this mic?
His mic is on.
We on?
I can hear
there
you.
you go.
Don't come over here all smooth talking and stuff.
Because they had the auto tune.
Come over here looking like an R&B singer. Come over here, an R&B singer with a sweater on your head.
One of the things that Eric's not sharing is, and maybe because I'm living it, and for him it was his dream, is the culture of the shop has changed.
Right.
You're changing the culture. And so when I first got with Eric, one of the things that I wanted was the Apple Store feel. When you walk in, they sign you in on an iPad, on the TV screen, or the screen on the wall tells you when you're next. And so that was our very first conversation. More importantly, I wasn't even concerned about appointments, and he can attest to that. It was really about walk-ins, because I think in our industry, a lot of people discredit the walk-in.
Absolutely.
They don't pay appointment price, so they kind of put them on the back burner, but they fail to realize or forget that they build those appointments based off of walk-ins. That client was a walk-in at one point. And so for me, it's so important to not just have a walk-in list, but a tool through the app that my barbers can acknowledge the walk-ins by name. So it's not, yo, my man, I'm ready for you. Hey, lil man, cuz, sis.
Hey,
bro.
The sweater.
You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, do with the Coogee hat.
Tar Heel, you up next. Tar Heel.
Exactly. So what we have in our app is each barber has the ability to look at that walk-in schedule from their phone. So when they're done with the cut, they open it up, they cleaning their tools off, they can look at that list and they can say, hey, Kevin, I'm ready for you. Hey, Sean, I'm ready for you. Hey, Eric,
Absolutely.
I'm ready for you. And I think that's a powerful tool, because then that customer feels just as important as the person who booked an appointment. And so the culture at my shop, it's not even a point of people walking in and you having to ask them, you got an appointment? Our clients walk in and they sign in on the app for a walk-in. And someone who doesn't, they already walk in the door. Hey, how you doing? I got an appointment with so-and-so.
Yep.
So the conversation's already there. We don't even have to sell it anymore. We don't even got to talk about it. The culture dynamic has shifted and changed. We're future ready. We're ahead of the curve. Some people only see to the corner. We see up and around the corner and up the hill.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And so that vision that I had, and Eric was able to implement some of those systems with the app development, has really changed the culture of my shop.
Yeah, and
so it's been like working hand in hand. You guys working with each other. So
it's like red and meth.
little trial and error and whatever, and then you're developing.
Right.
He's giving you the different experiences because, as you say, time goes on and it constantly changing. So something that might have worked 2 months ago just got changed because this came up.
Absolutely.
So now you're over here thinking for the walk-ins. Now walk-in love.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, every person who has a book, they didn't walk in the barbershop and they're just a book solid barber. I don't care who they were.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of these guys, they come in, they build a clientele because they're nice to the walk-in person that comes in. They learn their name. that person tips, so they, you know, that's a valuable customer. They put them on tiers, so you got top tier, middle tier, and your lower tier. Everybody knows that lower tier client.
We call them draft picks.
Draft picks, I mean, if you will.
Walking.
Yeah, some people, you know, it's crazy because I had a client the other week came in. He says, "I don't have an appointment. I'm just a walk-in." And one of my barbers was like, "Excuse me?" He says, "No, you're just as important, if not more." You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So the culture has changed.
Yeah.
Well, I see that.
Absolutely.
Well, salute to Terry. He's like the walk-in that comes in. He's a heavy hitter. Goes to everybody.
Is that and just in that note, like I know that I've seen it. So for those of you who are thinking, man, that wouldn't work in my shop. Well, Tyreek is doing that now, but he's had the app for almost 2.5 years at this point. So he didn't have walk-ins for the first 6 months. You know, that button wasn't available. It was little by little as the demand became, we laid it out. Now with technology, people are used to updates. You know, in government, we don't want you to learn on the job, right? You need to know what you're doing before you get hired in government, right? But with technology, it's different. People are all right with saying, with Instagram, you had a square photo and that's all you could do. Absolutely nothing else. Nothing at all, nothing. Just a square photo, that's it. And then about 8-9 months into it, you had a 15-second video. And then a couple months after that, then you were looping the video. Now you're able to put up 1-minute videos and stories and go live. But that didn't come the day that they launched. And so with technology, people are used to that. And that's what I mean by 10% of what we do is build the app for you. It's that part is in the bag, been doing it. I can do it with my eyes closed. The other 90% is really helping you walk through, say, hey, it's going to take you about 3 to 6 months to really implement this app with your shop. You got to lay it on slowly but surely. You want to work like a now and later promotion. Download the app, get this much off.
Can you integrate the apps?
Yes, absolutely.
Like, say, for instance, the ScissorSalute app, which is now available on iTunes. Say someone's on the ScissorSalute app, and which I know Cephro wants to do is the Hair Money Mall. Okay. And somebody loves, wondering what products we use on our beard, and can we connect them to the Maestro's Classic app?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's simple. Yeah, it's absolutely.
You got it in yours.
I don't know if you heard of if you see Big Lays on Instagram.
Yes, from Chicago.
Well, I did the app for him for Dynasty Cuts, and
salute to Dynasty Cuts.
So definitely salute to Dynasty Cuts. I was introduced to him through Tyreek, and what was great about it was at that point I had already worked with Tyreek for that year. So he was one of the first ones. I will say this about Big Lay. He was one of the first one to kind of take every step that I gave him. I said, look, when Tyreek launched his app, he had a banner in the shop. It said, download our app, join our loyalty program. He had that. You need that. And he did it. He did every step I said. Tyreek got about 5,000 downloads in his first year. In the first couple months, this guy had over 3,000 downloads of his app, and now he's selling product on his app. He sells so much product. Check out his Instagram feeds. Check out his stories.
Okay, it's almost like
packing and bagging everything every night. So and it's because he got the app. So he's got some of his clients are downloading it to book appointments, but then he's got clients all over the country downloading it to purchase his product. So
I see what you're saying. Basically, on top of downloading the app,
right?
It's almost like you're giving them instructions because everything has changed. The features have changed.
Absolutely.
And the app options has changed. So not only are you, hey, download the app, I'm also going to give you this almost like map.
He's like
of
the
what
Mr.
you should
B.
do.
The Mr.
Yes,
B
like
of
a
apps.
suggestion. Exactly. Like Mr. B, you buy the supplies and, hey, I'll come
Gives you the
and
layout.
put your layout together.
Mhm.
Although, and again, barbers and hairstylists that are watching the show, you get what you pay for.
Absolutely.
So this all sounds amazing, but you have to know that you're going to be investing in yourself and investing again in your own brand when it comes to having this app.
Well, and it's not just money. I tell people you're not just investing money. You're investing time and conversation.
Correct.
I have a barber who's in the DSG barbershop is El Jefe Cuts. You've seen him,
My
he's a
dude.
Maestro guy. It's my guy. So he launched his app, and the first day he launched his app, he sends me a screenshot, says, this mom tried to book an appointment, it's not working. So I look at the screenshot. She tried to book the appointment, but he had a deposit associated with it. So I told him, look, tell her she has to pay the deposit if she's going to book. So he goes back to her. Hey, you need to pay the deposit. So she goes back into the app, books the appointment. Another person hit him up. He already knew the answer. Said, look, if you don't pay the deposit, it's not booked. So he kept going. Now, in the first day, he made over, listen to this, he made over $120 in bookings. Now, it wasn't just money that he invested in the app. It was the time going back and forth with his clients. But now he's had the app about 5-6 months. You give him a call and you ask him, what's it like now? At this point, it's a no-brainer. If I book the appointment with you, I come in the shop, I get a cut, I get the process now. It's kind of like Uber. You know how many people were scared to hop in an Uber in somebody's car? Like, I ain't jumping in nobody's car. But once you did it once, boy, you did it all the time.
Uber life.
Well, Uber life. $2 and I went all the way downtown. Like, it was crazy. So, once you learn, and that's part of the app. Once you have an app, again, I don't want to just talk about app development. It's really about implementation. How are you taking maybe one phase? The first month you got some flyers. The second month you got some banners. The third, you're posting it. One of the big things Big Lays did was with the loyalty card, he would take pictures of people sitting in the chair with their phone in their hand with the loyalty card. You guys right now, you got ScissorSalute Show. I'm going to encourage you guys right now, as you're going forward, now the conversation is download the ScissorSalute app. We're going live on the ScissorSalute app constantly. That's always the conversation. You do a video, you post it on Instagram, you don't change the link in your bio to watch this video on YouTube. You just say, hey, go to the app and watch the video. You're selling a new product?
Yeah, it's not gonna
download
change
the
their
app.
numbers.
It's always
It's
go
not gonna
back to
change
the
their
app.
numbers at all.
Absolutely.
Well, we're going to continue a little bit of this conversation, maybe a little bit on when Tariq is over here sitting down, and you guys switch spots.
Absolutely.
Actually, it's going to be hard because we got a lot of stuff to cover with Tariq. Before we let you go, Effects, I'd love to thank you again from all of us here at the ScissorSalute Show and everybody who is watching the show right now.
Watch the archive. Watch the archive.
Well, thank you for providing that ScissorSalute app. Before we let you go, please let everybody know how they can get in contact with you to develop the app and anything else that they would like to ask you. How do they get in contact?
Yeah, absolutely. So I could say go to my Instagram. I got a Twitter page and I got a YouTube page. But I'm not going to say any of that. I'm going to say download my app. Go into the Play Store right now. Hit the home button on your phone. Go into after the show, after you finish watching the show, go into the Play Store and type in EFEXX. Effects. That's the name of the brand. That's the name of the company. Download Effects. You're going to get my number. You can text me through there. You can call me. You can get the video content that's on there. It tells a little bit about Tyreek's testimony. You can sign up on there and just give me a call and we can discuss whatever you need. And also I'm on Instagram and all those other platforms, but all those platforms are in my app.
Well, thank you so much. We're going to get to the cut can with Nikki Slays showcasing, and it's quite difficult. It's a little different. You usually give one location. Nikki Slays from Bridge Avenue and Richmond Avenue barbershops located in New Jersey. Chauncey, talk a little something. Thank you so much.
Seth, music or something? Walk through it.
dead air. That's all you had to do. Chauncey, that's all you had to do is freaking talk for 2 seconds. Nikki Slays, what was it? You got the JRLs? What are those right there in your hand? Supras. Oh, look at that. Again, using the cordless buzzers. Something that's, is this yours? You get from here. KALA, we ready over here? Just move up right quick. There we go. Lean forward. And get to talking right there. So sitting next to me, we have Mr. Low Cuts. If we could get that picture and a zoom back up front. Can we get a zoom back up front? Bueller. It was just, yeah, we need that zoom back. Okay, we have Mr. Low Cuts, Top Notch Barbershop. I'll let you know that haircut that you did in that gentleman is top notch right there. We didn't have a chance to go over the interview, so it is what it is. You know, what made you start cutting hair?
Well, I started cutting hair when I was like almost 15 years old, and it would have helped me to be focused on something instead of doing other things. You know what I mean?
Yes, the distractions.
Yeah, and that's when I started cutting hair. Then I stopped for a little bit, and I just came back almost like 4 or 5 years ago.
Okay, so there was a period of time where you were not cutting hair.
No, I didn't want to cut hair no more.
Okay, so you cut hair, and then it brought you back.
Yep.
What was the change like when you first started cutting hair? You took the break, and now coming back into it, it's got to be different.
Well, the thing is, I was working on a company, which I was a manager. It was good money for that time. I came from Puerto Rico, so I started in Top Notch like 10 years ago. And you know, when you get to the barbershop and you're the new barber, you don't get that many clients. So I had to feed my family. You know what I mean? And so there was a good position in the company that was paying me good, so I couldn't keep both. So I stopped doing it.
All right.
But then sooner or later, I was missing the barbershop again and cutting hair. It's almost like I even get depressed when I don't cut hair. And I just love it. And
it's the connection that you make with people.
Yep.
It's the connection that you make with people, and at the same time, the work that you just did on that gentleman, I could definitely tell that you're an artist at heart. There's some sort of art form that you do that you must have done when you were younger, and when it comes to, cutting hair, you get to express your art form, and you pay a lot of attention to detail.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, that's what I do. I keep myself focused on the details, and it's just an art, like you said, and you just have to love it and enjoy it.
Definitely. Just make that microphone go down. There we go. Right. Bam. You go right there. Now you have you got some guys that you brought with you here. You guys mic'd up?
Yeah. We got Top Notch Barbershop. Yep. We got the owner.
Who's the owner? Who's the owner?
It's me, man.
The
How
one
you
with
doing?
the hat.
Okay. And you've been doing. How long have you had that establishment?
I've been there for like 10 years almost.
10 years.
Yeah.
So 10 years of ScissorSalute to that. That's congratulations on having an open establishment for 10 years.
Thank you.
Because I know you're an owner, so that I know you've seen barbers come and go.
Yeah.
Now, for the past couple of years, have you noticed the same barbers in your establishment have been there for a while?
No, I got like two of the same, but
two of the same,
yeah, and it's just still there with me. But like he said, his story that he had to go and work and feed his family for a minute. You know what I mean? Because of the you don't get as much client when you start. So he was working with me. He left, and I told him don't leave. But it took a couple of years. Then he came back.
Yeah, it seems to happen like that sometimes. But no matter what, you're always going to return back to what you love to do.
Yeah, he came back stronger this time. He came back like another different.
Well, now with the different tools, the different outlets. Now with this gentleman coming over here, the effects. I mean, you could actually have your own app for your barbershop, or each individual barber having their own app. So it's definitely, the industry and what we're doing has definitely changed. It's going to be constantly evolving. Me myself, I've been doing hair for about to be 17 years. You got this new blood coming in here, and they're doing some amazing things. So you might, been doing hair for a long time, and you got this person who's been doing hair for 2 years, covering more ground than you just covered in 17 years.
True.
So something. And the gentleman right here,
Will Smooth.
Will.
My name's Will Matos. I started cutting hair for I've been cutting hair for 10 years now.
And the differences, you gotta almost act like you're about to rap on that microphone.
All right.
The differences that you've seen in the past 10 years, I mean, it's got to be night and day. What you started 2006?
Oh, definitely.
And
There's
now
better machines. The tools we were using before. I mean, you would take an hour.
So you guys got cordless. Everybody
Right,
cordless?
right, yeah. Most of us,
Everybody
yes,
with
we
the
got cordless.
wall magic clips?
Yeah. Right.
Them things are magical.
Oh yeah.
Them things is magical right here. Now yourself, what is the difference that you seen using the cords? Because you probably you cut with seniors. You used to cut with seniors, wall seniors.
Yeah, I have wall seniors. I use Andes too.
You use the Andes, but
use the
I know a lot of Puerto Ricans they use walls.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of Puerto Ricans from the island who use Andes.
Like almost all of us start with the senior one.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yo creo que porque es más barato. Esa es la razón.
Yeah, probably it was whatever we had in the island
Yes.
at the moment. Yep.
I like, it doesn't matter what tools you're using. It all depends on how you using the tools that are in your hands and the service that you provide.
Yep.
But it's great to see the advantages that are out there with using the cord. Hey, you just did his hair right here. That's him, right?
Yeah. Yep.
This guy's like a model right here.
That's the top notch model.
Again, you can see the haircuts.
That's me right
Very
there.
consistent. Very consistent with the work. The drop feature is done on a lot of the haircuts. Temple Peak Point kept dark with the drop right there. And just to let you know, some of them have a little bit of Beijing. This one doesn't have Beijing. The haircut that was done in here today has no color enhancement. That young gentleman right there, he's killing them right there. He's going to be killing the girls again. And then you do designs as well.
Yeah, sometimes, yep.
Sometimes, again, when it's asked for. But it's not.
Yeah, when it's worth it.
Definitely. You know what it is just when it gets called for.
Yeah.
And again, another barber's a hip hop, another King Midas Kate. And you're going to be going to BarberCon March 12th?
Yeah, I think so. I'm going to be there, yep.
BarberCon, you're going to CT, Barber Expo. You guys are from Connecticut?
Yep.
Now, you guys have network with other barbershops in your area or across town?
Like other barbershop, like we are connect to or to?
Yeah, like is there? You guys have some?
We got a few of them. We got Ace of
Wow, that one's nice right there, man.
Ace of Cosmetology School, which there's GM, the barber, and we got Fresh Factory. Everybody knows.
Wow, the
Fresh
haircuts
Factory.
is. And you're currently sponsored or no?
No, actually no.
He's open, people. Look at the haircuts. He's open. Wow. And what camera are you taking them pictures with?
I got the Nikon 3300.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy. And he has how many followers?
Yeah.
Come on, people. I'll let you know right now. You seen him here on the ScissorSalute Show. You
Yeah.
seen him here on the ScissorSalute Show. What's today's date?
Today's the 20th.
220? We'll come back here 220, 2018, 2019. You're going to be seeing me pointing this finger doing this. I'll wear the same outfit, too, when we do the same thing. I'll wear the same outfit because them haircuts is entirely too nice. Now, when it comes to your haircuts, do you think you'd be able to explain the process of what you're doing word for word? Like, people could cut hair, and that's great, make your money. Then the educational options is different. Are you able to, Sephro, you're stepping right in front of that guy. Are you able to explain what you do?
Yeah, I'm able to explain what I do. The thing is, like, I never start a haircut the same way. I think if you get a pattern all the time, and do it the same way, then you get bored. Then you get a little bit, like, you have to change the game just to have fun with it and just to have But I never start my whole haircuts like all the way, all the time the same way. But I could explain it. Actually, yeah, I could explain it step by step what I do.
Well, definitely. And I'd like to salute you guys for coming here to the ScissorSalute Show.
Thank you.
And
man.
hopefully you guys can come back. Matter of fact, before you leave,
Yes, sir.
you guys talk to Sefro and, make it so you guys can come back. We hope to see you again.
Thank you.
In
Thank
the
you.
studio.
Thank you.
Hopefully we
ScissorSalute.
can have you come back in some time. Before we let you go, please let everybody know where you work.
I work at Top Notch Barbershop, 369 Grandview Avenue at Waterbury, and we just expecting for great things.
Definitely. Thank you so much. We could get back to the cut cam with Nikki Slays. Oh, I guess that's not going to happen right now. He's right over there. He's over there. He's over there. Over there. Hello. Here. LA, can we get back to the cut cam real quick? So we bring Tariq over here. Listen, if you're watching the show, it's a live show. While you're at it, please press the share button. And if you're wondering how you can be on the ScissorSalute Show, email. Oh, matter of fact, email us at scissorsalute@yahoo.com. Leave all your contact information. We'll get back to you in the order that the email's received. You just go straight to the cut cam. Yeah, we'll run his slideshow and then we'll switch.
All right, Tony.
Thank you.
Okay, sitting next to me right now, we have Tariq.
Yo, what's up, everybody?
So, 24 years experience doing hair. Wow. Over 2 decades of doing it. Crazy because you went to cosmetology school with your mom.
Yeah, I went to cosmetology school with my mom. It was pretty embarrassing the first day.
And when you went to cosmetology school with your mom, you left a quote that you would be opening up the school in the future?
Yeah. So basically, you're talking about 1995 when I went to cosmetology school. My mom went to sign me up to cosmetology school, fill out the financial aid paperwork. She came home. She said, hey, I got some good news for you. I said, what's that? She goes, I filled out your financial aid form. You started on such and such date. I was like, all right, great. That's awesome. And she said, and I'm going to school with you.
Oh.
And then that
it's like it's Chauncey ain't here. It's what's his name, man? He went to school with his son, and he was on the diving team. Ivan, where are you? He'd be able to get that right there. Okay, so it all started with you going. You used to actually sing. You went to a talent show. You took a ride home with a family friend. In appreciation for taking that ride home and him bringing you back home from that event. You was going up to his shop, sweeping the hair, and that's when you fell in love with the craft of barbering. You were actually going to school or wanted to do performing arts, but it just so happened the visual arts option was there.
Absolutely. I really believe that, the Bible says that your gifts will make room for you. And I wanted to sing. It was something that I was very passionate about. However, not as passionate as I am about barbering or was about barbering. And when I sang in this talent show, he was a shop owner in the city by the name of Champ Hall. And what he did is he offered me a ride home. Now, I didn't know he owned a shop at the time. I didn't know he owned a shop. He was, this guy, he had a cell phone. And at that time, you're talking about 95, he had a big old leather case cell phone. There's not too many people you saw with a cell phone like that. So
it looked like he was holding a talc powder. Yeah. It was like this big.
And he called my mom and said, hey, look, Iris, I wanted to take your son home. And is that okay? And she was like, yeah, that's fine. She knew him. So on the way home, he stopped at his barbershop. And I was like, what's this? And he was like, it's my barbershop. So first off, he was an African-American man. He had a cell phone. He drove a really decent car at the time. Back then, it was a Maxima, but, it wasn't too many people that was rolling like that.
Had a Maxima.
Back in the day, what I'm
Whistling
saying?
Dixie, I miss you.
How'd you feel about that Maxima?
I didn't like the catalytic converter getting changed all the time. There were like 3 of them had to get changed.
But he took me past his shop, and I was like impressed. Here was a black male in our community who had a barbershop, and he was kind enough to offer me a ride. And so what I did was that very next Monday, it was a Saturday, it was a competition. That Monday, I went to the barbershop, and it was closed. The shop was closed on Mondays at the time. So, but I didn't stop there. I went back on that Tuesday, and when I went back on that Tuesday, It was open, in fact. So after school, I went there and I swept the hair just to show my gratitude for giving me a ride home.
Right.
And that pretty much what started it for me.
Definitely, right? Then it all goes. So 03, you open up a shop. 05, you open up another shop. And then we go. Do we need everybody's attention in here? Where'd everybody go? Bring them back in here. Everybody who left the studio, come back in here. We need like a yell out the studio, at the hallway. This is very important for you to listen to. We go to 06.
Mm-hmm.
We bring it to 06. Competition in the Bronner Brothers. We like to salute this gentleman right here. A lot of the color schemes that you see on Instagram started right here with this gentleman sitting next to me. He has the proof in the pudding. The proof in the pudding props is right here. Because in 2006, at the Bronner Brothers, competition was 15 minutes to do your 3 haircuts. Now, the haircuts could have been done and you finish them up on stage.
Yes.
Regardless how it went down. This man right here won $25,000.
Yeah.
Hear what I just said?
Yeah.
At the Bronner Brothers.
Yeah, they don't even do the 25,000 anymore.
$25,000.
They stopped. I was the
in
last one at
15
25.
minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty big.
How, Sway? How?
You don't have all the answers. No,
How
but
did that happen?
So, let me rewind just a little bit. I really want to touch on the competition thing, but you know, prior to that, I come from a very small town. I think a lot of the barbers, some of the viewers out there that are watching the show right now, scissor salute to you for just taking your time to come and just support this opportunity with this event and what they do on a regular basis. I mean, it takes a lot of effort to do what you guys do, so I applaud you. I scissor salute you. But what happened was I come from a very small town, and in that small town, Lancaster County, Amish country, you know, people say, oh, I'm from a small town. You can't charge the type of money where I live. And you could. I was doing hair color services back in 98, 99 for $100. You see what I'm saying?
$100.
In 98, 99. So, you know, it's not that you can't do it. It's really how you implement that concept. And so while I worked at Champs, because that's who hired me, I ended up working in the shop. He hired me. I had the privilege and opportunity to hire his younger staff and train them. So I became the manager at that shop at a very early age prior to opening my own. So your Jay Valentines, your Ahmed Corso from Cutting Edge. I moved on. I mean, just a lot of the guys in Lancaster, PA, they implemented my systems into their businesses, and their businesses have grown. I opened my shops, Sharper Image Barbershop 1. We outgrew it in a year. We had to open up our second location, so we have 16 barbers, 2 separate locations. We now currently have an app. But in that time, I got my teacher's license. I did a small competition because a guy out of Delaware saw my work, and he submitted it to an event. I ended up doing a show, and a lot of guys, they want to do these barber competitions. And, you know, at one point, I think barber competitions were really, really important because that was a way of you getting yourself out there to market yourself, because there was no social media. We didn't have Instagram. You know, I go back as far as MySpace days. So, you know, that was a way of really getting yourself out there. Now, it's more of the camaraderie and more of the bragging rights, you know.
Oh, it's more like any barbershop you go into, it's just about who's the nicest or whatever. You could be in the shop and you're trying to debate with the next barber to make sure you're right.
Well, look, since you mentioned who's the nicest, I am going to touch on the 25,000.
Well, hold on. Let's fast forward it.
Okay.
From so you got 03, open up a shop. 05, open up the following shop.
Mm-hmm.
You implement the Sharper Image system. Then 2013, you open up a school. When you caught your license, you also got your teacher's license because they also wanted to teach. The day spots at the school are filled, and now you just open up evening classes.
Yeah, I mean, you dropped a whole lot on them right now.
Yeah, that's it. I got to make sure we covering everything we talked about.
You got a good timeline going. Right there in 2006, I really wanted to educate and teach. So I supported the Golden Scissor Awards and by Glenn Jackson out of D.C. A lot of people don't know about
it. So check his stats. That's it.
Check the stats.
Don't go to his app. Don't Google this guy. Go to his app and check his stats.
TyreekApp.com.
Is it on? Is his stats on the app?
Yes,
TyreekApp.com.
Is there like an option that says stats?
There's a video you can check it out.
There you go.
Okay, there's a video. So it's a human highlight reel.
Human highlight reel. We live and direct right here on the ScissorSalute Show.
So, okay. So now you have the school. And on top of having a school, and we talked about the competition, we talked about your history with the Bronner brothers, winning the $25,000, the sharper image system that you implied and taught others, your passion for teaching. And now you have your own school. Now you're linking up with Nicest Barbers, and you're coming out with this event that's coming up this Sunday.
Yeah, absolutely. This Sunday on the 26th, it is the Nicest Barbers event. I was talking to Bobby earlier today. And I said, look, I'm going to be pumping your event. He said, ho, brother. He said, this is our event. This is Philadelphia's event. This is the surrounding states. This is PA's event. This is not just Nicest Barbers. So Nicest Barber is having the event. We're hosting it at Premier Barber Institute. So at no cost to him to have the event there. No cost to Nicest Barbers. It's just Barberly Love. Scissor salute to that, And so that's why we named it the Barberly Love event. So I didn't charge him to have his event at our school, and I'm going to host it. So you got me, you got Premier Barber Institute, and you have Bobby from Nicest Barbers. It's going to be an awesome event.
And the different events that are going to be there. Just to give us a list of the categories.
Oh, yeah. So there's a twist sponge category. There's a Philly fade category.
Twist sponge.
There's a traditional, which is actually filling up. The traditional cut and style, no enhancement.
That seems to be like the trend.
Hey, listen.
When the events first started, it was
vegan. Everybody wanted to do Beijing vegan.
Well, when I was going to the barber battles, it was always the heavyweight round was the portrait battle.
Right.
Now it seems everything's going back. Well, not going back. It's just the true, real barber skills. I feel like it's going with the skin fade, shear work,
Absolutely.
and the beard.
Listen, I was a cosmetologist and barber. So I believe that I was a conduit to transition hair cutting and styling into barbering, which is where the color came up and where the different unique styles came from that I was putting out there. And I think that's why it looked a little different. So when Bronner invited me to do the $25,000 battle, it was something unique that wasn't seen. Everybody had, Beijing is what they call it, but it's really vegan is the
Are we in New York?
Yeah.
We call it Beijing.
We call it Jing. It's Jing. Okay, so
Beijing.
So put the Jing in there. So I mean that was the thing, and so I came with a different twist. To be quite honest with you, I'm enjoying this moment because I get to relax. I'm usually in a suit every day. So
look at you all relaxed. You're looking like you're about to start singing some songs. I didn't mean to offend you earlier. I know Irene, New York Queen was like, "Stop it! You gotta." I'm like, no, my man looks like he's about to start singing and stuff.
The Puerto Rican with an ascot.
No, I mean, he got a scarf around his neck. We in the studio. I got sunglasses on, so
Hey,
but he got a scarf on.
It is what it is, man.
I'm just messing with y'all, man. Y'all take this too serious. Just relax while you're watching the show.
So the $25,000. 15 minutes, I won it. But to be quite honest with you, for me, it really wasn't about competing. I'm at heart, I'm not a competitor. Now, I want to do everything that I do with a level of excellence. There's no doubt about it. In my education, from the guys, I mean, even when I was working at a school prior to opening my own school, I helped two different schools. One, we built it from its inception up. The other school, I helped repair it. It was dying. They were going to die in a couple months. And so they were going to close it down in 6 months. I brought them back to 120 students. And so, just to salute a couple of the guys out there, some of my students, you probably know who they were. Barbara Lele, 23. Eddied up, handsome female barber.
All over.
Yeah, that's my little cousin. That's my little cousin. He was one of my students. He's one of my first students at the school.
Well, bring him here, Barbara Lele over here. Let him lay his skills on the
there
stage.
There you go. So, eddied up, handsome female barber, a.k.a. Saint. I got another.
She won handsome female barber one over there in AC, the Barber Expo.
That's my girl. She was one of my students. So I mean.
You breeding winners.
I'm breeding winners, man. Winners win. It is what it is, man.
You're breeding with this guy for coming in here too humble. I gotta put the little spotlight. Can we get a spotlight over here? Get the light.
And listen, trust me when I say this. I don't say that arrogantly.
I say, come on, we're on the show.
Listen, I say that proudly. That I'm excited and privileged and honored to be a part of these guys' success.
Correct.
Because the reality is they still have to put out the work. I'm not cutting the hair. They're cutting it. I'm not taking the photos. Well, some of them I do, but they take the photos. They got to post the work. They still have to put in the work. However, I'm blessed to be in the position that I am, to be the person that has helped to grab them, mold them, shape them, push them in the direction of success. That's more important to me. And this is why I got into school. So when I did the battle, I only did the battle because I really am passionate about education. And I saw a need, not just in my city, but I saw a need, globally. There's a lot of talented hair cutters that aren't licensed barbers. You know, and I think that having a license is so
so
important.
It stopped. I don't know when it stopped. The barbershop I started off was in '96, and the barber that was at the time in the town, it was like a ceremony when someone came in there with their license.
That's right.
It was ceremonial. It was
Listen.
a frame. Someone stopped and got the frame like to get it. It would be like a barber that doesn't even like to get into conversation, be like, yo, I stopped and got you a frame to put your license in.
That's awesome.
Now it's not like that no more.
Now, let me tell you something that's crazy is that when people want to work at Sharp Image Barbershop, when I say it changed the culture, they got to download the app and fill out an application. They got to submit their barber license.
Oh, no, I see that. And, man, listen, man, I'm going to ask both of you gentlemen right here live on the show.
Sir.
We're going to need y'all to come back.
Absolutely.
All right,
So, Sephro, we're going to need them both to come back.
We back.
You guys, you bring up someone who's using your app that is beneficial to the app. You bring one of your students.
All right.
Right.
And you guys come back here. We're going to give you the full show, the whole show.
Sound good.
We're going to give you the full show.
So it'll be the Scissor Salute takeover that day?
It could be, that's it. It could be the Sharper Image Scissor Salute Show.
Listen, just so you understand, we're going to be doing the BBU Awards in North Carolina. There's the show at the school next week, the BBU Awards, and then we'll be at BarberCon.
All right, so bring one of the this is what we do. When it comes down to you guys announcing the winner somewhere, we'll take the winner from one of the events.
Oh.
You tell them to come down here to the show. You guys come down here, introduce them as the winner or whatever student or whatever, maybe a prime student from the thing, and we put them on the show because the time is running right here. So before we let you go, Tariq, please let everybody know how they can get in contact with you, all the information for this Sunday's event.
I got you. So first thing is you can download my app. It's TYRIKAPP.com, TariqApp.com. That's how you can reach me. It has my phone number, email, contact information, some video information. You'll see some of the competition, the $25,000 competition video. If you want to see that, that's on there. All my social media stuff. But I will tell you, if you're not following, it is IAMTYRIK Jackson. I am Tyreek Jackson. And all my stuff is that. My Facebook, my Twitter, and my Instagram is all I am Tyreek. You asked me earlier about the underscore.
Yes.
When we talk about branding, you know, you're not saying my name is Tyreek _. I think what happens.
You don't want your score to be under.
Nah. Listen, you want people to know who you are, and real simple. I am Tyreek Jackson. How you doing? I'm gonna introduce myself. How you doing? I'm Tyreek Jackson.
I'm Eli the Barber.
And that's branding 101. I'm letting people know exactly who I am.
Okay, so we got their microphones come up on the stage. Everybody in the studio, please come up on the stage. There it goes.
As a barber or hairstylist, it is hard trying to cut hair and play secretary at the same time, especially with all the text messages, emails, phone calls, and comments on social media. So to manage your schedule, you download a bunch of different apps like Schedulista, StyleSeat, and there's tons of others. But with all these different options, which one is best for you? Trying to decide can get overwhelming at times. Why not create your very own app, where you will be able to have customer self-booking, 24/7 receptionist, sell product directly to customer. Other features include loyalty card, coupons, turn-by-turn directions, pay a deposit, watch video, view all your social media including Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Best of all, send push notifications from your phone directly to your app, and so much more. Get an app done today and be future ready.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for everybody for tuning in. We'd like to salute Andy Authentic, who called in, and also apologize we weren't able to take the call. We'd like to salute Tony Styles, Nikki Slays, FX Apps, Tyreek Jackson, Billy Charges. Billy Charges, huh? Billy, that's your name? Billy Charges right there? That's what it says, Charges right there. Mr. Low Cuts, The Will Matos, Barberchino, and Tony Barbero. Tony the Barbero. And salute to everybody who's been watching the show. If you're watching the show right now going, man, you missed it, don't worry about it. It's going to be in rotation on Facebook Live. And the ScissorSalute app. There it goes. From now on, if you would like to showcase on the ScissorSalute Show, go to the ScissorSalute app. and go to the showcase option. Leave all your information and we'll get back to you in the order that it is received right here. Again, Nikki Slays, thank you for coming down here. Tyreek Jackson and also Top Notch Barbershop from Connecticut. They are here live and direct in the studio. So if you like what's going on here with StrongIsland.tv, stay on. It's got my house show that's coming on, but I'm going to have to come over here. We're going to have to do the Scissor Salute sound off. So Tony, you might just want to lean back a little bit. Everybody get their hands down right here. Put your hands on. We're going to Whoa Bundy. Well, we call it the Scissor Salute sound off. Everybody put their hands here. You watched the show before. So I need everybody to say as loud as you can with all these people here. When I say scissor, you say salute. Scissor! Salute! Ooh, did you feel the vibration? Right there. Thank you again for tuning in. Again, make sure you like and follow StrongIsland.tv, the biggest growing Facebook Live channel that is out and available. Scissor Salute.